Hello everybody, in this particular video we will discuss about relationship management in retailing in brief as an introduction to retailing management. So what is relationship management? Relationship management is basically where a customer and a company creates a relationship within themselves, because retail is not a single transaction kind of a relationship. Retail, actually you can make money from the retail if you are a retailer only when that same customer keeps on coming, because the acquisition cost is generally high and the retention cost for a consumer is generally low. It is true for any personal relationship also. For example, let's say you want to make a friend. Generally, the cost to make a new friend is very high. You have to go, you have to talk with a stranger, you have to make him or her like you, and you have to also adjust with his or her various kinds of characteristics which are not in sync with you. And then you can make him or her a friend. But after you made a friend, the maintaining the friendship is not very difficult. It's just, but that does not mean that you should not do, or you have to take it as granted that it's a friendship which has been done, so I do not have to maintain. You have to still maintain, but the cost of maintenance is very low, and the returns that you get in terms of the happiness and etc. is very high. Similar thing can be seen in this context of retail management also, where once the acquiring of a new customer is very tough, generally means tougher than retention. You have to go and talk with the customer, you have to attract with the customer using certain advertisements, you have to give some discounts. When he comes in the retail store, you have to the ambience has to be such that it is better than whatever he has experienced before, or at least at par his expectation. So lots of various different kinds of costs are involved. But if the customer is basically loyal with you, if he has a relationship, long-term relationship with you, the customer might think that, okay, these are some of the things that I will not care for, even if the those characteristics of this retailer is not so good. For example, one day your ambience is not good, or let's say one day your costs are high, and one day you're not giving discount, the customer will be not very pissed off. So the cost of retention of the customer is much low. You give some advertisements, some discount, some favoring to this particular customer, and you will stay back. So what are some of the checklists that you have to do? Do we trust our customers? That is the first thing. We stand behind what we sell. As a retailer, whatever I'm selling, am I sure that whatever I'm selling are good enough? Because that is something that I want to give to my customers with whom I have a long-term relationship. Is keeping commitments to customers important to our company? Do we value customer time? So time is a very important factor in case of retail. So are we valuing not only customers' economy, customers' willingness to pay, or customers' purchase pattern? Are we also taking care of their time? That becomes a very important factor. Do we communicate with customers respectfully? Do we treat all customers with respect, irrespective of how much is the basket size or how much is the total volume of a month? Do we thank customers for their business? Do we respect our employees? So that is also one part, because employees and customers, as I was discussing in marketing management 1 course to my students, that there are internal marketing, there are external marketing. Internal marketing means you have to market to your employees itself. You have to make your employees believe that whatever you are doing is good. And if they believe that, then they will also contribute towards your action, and then your external marketing will work better. Means the marketing that you do towards the customers will work better. So all of these things comes together as some of the checklist for relationship management. Relationship retailing, on the other hand, is a slightly different concept, where retailers seek to establish and maintain long-term bonds with customers rather than act as if sales transaction is a completely new encounter. That means my major goal is to have a long-term relationship, and based on this relationship, leveraging that relationship, I will make money. For example, concentrate on total retail experience is one of the key aspects. So you do not concentrate on price, do not concentrate on product quality, but retail is an experience, and focus on the overall experience of the retail. That means the ambience, that means the queues in that they are standing in while they are checking out. That means the food availability, probably some level of hospitality availability within the retail store, and various other things that you can do. You have to keep on monitoring satisfaction and stay in touch with customers. So these are some of the key aspects of relationship retailing. And relationship retailing is a win-win approach. Win-win approach means your customers are happy and you are happy. It is easier to keep existing customers happy, as I told, than to gain new ones. The acquisition cost is much lower, much higher than the retention cost. So present value of customers, current customers income stream, cost of keeping existing customers content versus cost of replacing them with new customer. The second cost is much higher than cost of keeping customers content. So obviously that's why it's a win-win situation. The customers are happy, at the same time I am happy because my costs are coming down. And there is other aspects. Now if a customer who is being with me for a long period of time, who is loyal, he will be doing repeat purchase, he will be doing less switch over. That means he will not switch to another retailer in every opportunity. Even if the other retailer is giving you discounts, sometimes he might stay back for some time because he is loyal to me. And then he or she will also do positive word of mouth. That means the customer will go to other people and talk good about me as a retailer, and such that other people also comes to me. So referral related information generation and referral related customer generation, new customer generation will also be higher. So not only the retention cost is low, but also the retained customer reduces the acquisition cost of the new customers, which is circular kind of benefit that I'm getting. So second step is to develop a customer database, basically loyalty programs. So there are lots of companies, retailers actually open up loyalty programs. We'll discuss about it in detail later, but I'm just giving you a primary idea. So ongoing customer contact is improved with information of people's attributes and shopping behavior. So you create a database, and that database gets updated as customers' new purchase history comes up, or new attributes, where like he has married, or he has got a child, or something like that. He has bought a car. That kind of information, whenever it comes up, you put that in the database. So that's how you improve and enrich the database, so that you know the customer better. You can crunch the database and give possible solutions to this customer. There are other kind of relationships that are also there. It's not only relationship in management. Relationship in retailing is not only between the retailer and the customer. There are other relationships are also there. For example, between the retailer and supplier. So retailer and supplier can have lots of, it's a business to business relationship, and it can have lots of different kind of channel conflict. For example, who will control over the channel? If there is a product which is, let's say, detergent, who will run this detergent? Whether a Surf Excel will run, or whether Big Bazaar will run. So Big Bazaar can come up with his own detergent and put it in place of Surface, or in the favorable positions in the racks, because ultimately Big Bazaar is where you go and buy the product. On the other hand, sometimes Surf Excel might say that they are coming to buy Surf Excel. They are coming to Big Bazaar, okay, but in their mind they know that they will buy Surf Excel. So who has the higher negotiation power? That creates a conflict. Profit allocation, obviously. So if there's a price, there's a profit after selling the product. Who will get this profit? How much chunk? Number of competing retailers. So if I have a exclusive distribution or selective or intensive distribution, different kind of distribution will create different number of retailers who are selling my products. Now if I am a retailer and I see the product which is given by you as a supplier is being sold by many other people, then I might be not giving you enough value, enough importance, enough profit share. So that creates again some kind of conflict. Product displays. So there are certain, in the consumer behavior part of retailing, we'll talk about that there are certain positions in the display which are more profitable. So if there are certain positions which are not more profitable, who will capture that display position becomes a very major issue. Now, I as a retailer might have relationship with multiple suppliers, multiple different kind of manufacturers. Now, what I will do is that I will give that display to that kind of person, that kind of manufacturer who is strategically important to me, both for in terms of profit and in terms of long-term relationship. So there the conflict comes up, that whether if it is long-term relationship, I will be interested to pay less as a manufacturer. If it is short-term relationship, I will be okay to pay pay higher. So what kind of relationship we are in, what should be the price of the display, whether you are giving it to me or my competitor, these are some of the possible conflicts that can come up. Promotional support, who will do the promotion in the retail store, whether when the advertisements, when the banners and etc. come up in the retail stores or in the local TV or the newspaper, the ads come, who will give the ad? Generally manufacturers give the ad, and that's why they say that, see retailer, I'm giving the ads, that's why the customers are coming and buying it from you. It's not that you are doing anything. So that creates, and retailer will say, no, I am in a better position, and I also do promotion for my retail store itself, for which people are coming in, and that's why your sales are going on. So you cannot attribute it correctly, no, that who is actually the traffic generator for this particular, or sales generator for this particular product. So that attribution creates conflict. Whom I can attribute to? Payment terms, operational flexibility, gray market sales. Gray market sales means basically all the black market sales, whatever it is sold in a I would say unethical way, or outside the control of law. So that kind of market might also create a conflict. And obviously markdown, chargebacks by dominant retailers generally create a conflict. So let's say if I give huge discount, sometimes my products will be available, the supplier's products will be available at such a low cost, the supplier is not interested to sell at such a low cost. But because retailer is interested to give huge discount to create traffic, that creates a conflict between the retailer. It's not only the profit that matters here. You see, if I am a, let's say a retailer, I'm a supplier, I'm a manufacturer of, let's say, very high quality fridge or TV and etc. And you give such a huge discount that for a certain period of time, that TV or fridge loses its value. Even people who are not so niche comes and buys my product. Now, I as a retailer, I as a manufacturer will think that this is decreasing my brand value, because next day, when a person who has the money, who is I would say affluent, when he or she comes and tries to buy my product, he will say that, okay, this product is also available in somebody's house who is not so affluent. Then he might say that, okay, then this product is not so good or not up to my level. So that kind of a brand degradation will happen if the retailer gives discounts. Now, retailers sometimes have to give huge discount, like big billion sale and blah 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 that they do, because they have to create traffic. Now they create the traffic, reduce the products prices. Some products prices they reduce, some other product prices they don't reduce, and they try to make money from the cross sales. So that sometimes create a little bit of, I would say, conflict between the supplier or manufacturer and the retailer. So all of these things as a relationship management part of retailing has to be taken care also, and we will discuss more about this in a later class, where I'm just giving you the introduction. Thank you very much for being with me. See you in the next video.